What's good, y'all? We're back in the lab with another quest build, and this one is pretty spooky. 2K20 is kind of getting down to the wire. Not a ton of builds left out there that haven't been discovered, but I did some tinkering in the laboratory and extracted the DNA from Calvin Cambridge, like Mike, Biggie Little from the Street Volume series, and Julian Newman. This is the 5'7" finesse finisher at point guard. Now, all I've seen on YouTube with the finesse finisher archetype is a 6'7" like small forward. I went and tinkered. I wanted to make this at a different position, and I heard whispers that it could be made at the point guard position. So we found it. There's some credentials that you need to follow in order to get this name. And also, if you want to make this at center, this can be made as a 6'9" center build. It's not the greatest, but it is. You're going to roll up to the park with a 6'9" finesse finisher at center, and people are going to look at you like what planet you came from. So let's delve right into it. This is going to be a point guard. We'll go through some of the specs later. Left or right-handed. Jersey number, it is what it is, but my favorite number is 4, so, you know, we are in the builder. All right, so you're going to go with the all finishing pie chart, all blue, and I will suggest using the speed invert physical pie chart. You're going to want to be able to, well, this is going to be a fun build, so it doesn't matter what you're going to do with this build. You're going to open some eyes. So anyway, get your finishing, your close shot to a 93, your driving layup, max that out to a 95, and then put your driving dunk at a 94. That'll give you 25 finishing badges. No standing dunk, no post hook. And then you are going to max your mid-range shot out to a 67, get your three-point to a 52, max your free throw out to an 80, and put your post fade at an 84. You max that out, you're going to get 10 shooting badges. For playmaking, put your pass accuracy. This is important right here. Your pass accuracy, if you want to be 5'7", needs to be 77, and I believe that's the highest it can go. You cannot have an 80 pass accuracy, or you'll be a facilitating finisher. And I'll get to those specs a little bit deeper after this. But the ball handle, get that to a 72. There's also a stipulation with that. And then your post moves, which sounds kind of ridiculous on a 5'7" point guard, but get that to 74. That'll give you 11 playmaking. And then for defense, no interior D. Put your perimeter D, max that out at 76. Lateral quickness 72. Get your stealies to a 75. This is also very crucial. No block, no offensive rebounds, and then max out your defense rebound with the left over attributes at 69. That'll give you 8 defense badges. So if you look at the badge setup, it's actually kind of impressive. 25 finishing, 10 shooting, 11 playmaking, 8 defense and rebound. This is kind of a playable build. It's a gimmick build, but in the with this specific being 5'7", but if you made this build at like 6'4", or you can make it 6'6", like a little Penny Hardaway kind of. This could actually be quite playable. But in order to get this name, like I said, those spec stipulations, you cannot have a driving dunk. When you're all finished with the height and arm length, you can't have a driving dunk at 80 or higher. You have to have it under an 80 driving dunk. You also have to have under an 80 ball handle, under an 80 steal, and under 80 pass accuracy. So with these specs, obviously 94 driving dunk right now at 5'7", that's going to go down. Your pass accuracy and ball handle is going to move accordingly as well. But when I was tinkering, having your steals higher, I believe, makes you a slasher. So it's little kind of tinkering that's going to get you to that point to get the finesse finisher at basically whatever height you want as a point guard. And it's kind of similar for center, but obviously this video is about the Julian Newman-esque finesse finisher point guard build. So you make your body shape whatever. I kind of like burly for whatever reason. Kind of a little stumpiness. Go down to 5'7". So obviously you see here all the specs have changed. Your ball handle accuracy are just under 80. Your steely is just under 80. You can actually go above those in a sense, but then you'll have to move your arm length accordingly. But I like to go actually either 175 or 165 on this, because you can keep lateral quickness at 80. So I'm gonna go with 165 weight, and then I like a 70 midi. And so like if you were to go like this, you would not be a finesse finisher because your steels are over 80. So let's just keep it, go down to 70 wingspan. You get a 70 midi, you can definitely hit that. Pro handles and everything off rip. And then the takeover is kind of interesting here. This build yams. This build will put people on posters low key. So if you get the slasher takeover, people are expecting you as a finesse finisher, not really to dunk on people, and then all of a sudden you're gonna start yamming like in traffic. That's obviously probably what most people will choose. But if you want the Julian Newman-esque point guard or the Biggie Little, you'll go handles, playmaker, takeover, and then that'll be able to just get those crossovers back and forth on people and just dribble between people's legs. But then I kind of am intrigued by this lockdown defender, because like, when do you see a finesse finisher with lockdown defender at 5'7"? So just as a gimmick, you could go here with lockdown, and then actually you can pickpocket people, and that kind of would actually be more comp, because this build is an absolute liability on defense, unless you're good behind the sticks. But most people probably go slasher here because it is a finesse finisher, and there you guys have it. Finesse finisher at point guard at 5'7", Julian Newman in NBA 2K20. Like I said, Calvin Cambridge, Biggie Little, if you ever play Street. This build's hot. I'm going to get into some specs and then show you guys some highlights from a test build and see if it passes the eye test. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Be on the lookout for more quest builds. And if you guys want to see this at center, let me know. Maybe I could put the specs in the comments. But this is the finesse finisher build at point guard, 5'7". Again, you can make this all the way up to 6'6", different positions. But check out these highlights, and preach.